Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now Ethereum has actually broken all of these important support levels, and we have now formed a brand new lower low on the chart, which signals a potential downtrend starting. In just a moment, I'll be getting into my next Ethereum price targets and my Ethereum strategy moving forward. And also later in the video, I'll quickly include Cardano as one of your most suggested altcoins in the comment section down below, as always. So this video is definitely an important one to watch all the way to the end so that you're not missing out on all of this valuable information. And just before we jump into it, make sure to drop a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on so that you're not missing out on any of these future updates. Just by spending a couple seconds out of your day to click that subscribe button down below, which costs you nothing, you're going to be getting all of this valuable content every day once again. So I don't see why not. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Ethereum to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. And yeah, as you can see here, obviously Ethereum followed the path of Bitcoin in this case because of course we were expecting a bit of bearish price action for Bitcoin. And during times of bearishness, usually Ethereum and Bitcoin become somewhat correlated, meaning if Bitcoin has a major crash, usually it means that Ethereum is going to see a crash of some sort. And same with major pumps to the upside as well. When Bitcoin is looking overly bullish, usually that means Ethereum is going to be looking bullish as well. Now, in my last Ethereum update video, I'll fully admit I was looking at a potential falling wedge pattern just here, which technically speaking is a bullish pattern. So around 7 times out of 10, this pattern breaks to the upside, and about 3 times out of 10, this pattern breaks to the downside. So technically speaking, it's not as likely to break to the downside, but this was clearly one of those 3 out of 10 times that we do see a break to the downside. But really, it's the simple fact that we formed a lower low here on the chart. That is the important thing to take away right now, because this is really Ethereum's first lower low on the chart for honestly quite a few months. As you can see here, ever since the low that we had at around $1,700 back in July this year, we've pretty much been constantly forming higher lows ever since then for the last couple months. And obviously we already knew that we were forming a lower high here, so that was the first sign that we are potentially seeing a turnaround here. But now the fact that we have obviously formed a lower low on the chart, this goes to show you that yes, we are now in a short-term downtrend. And to make it a little bit more obvious that we are in a downtrend, I've just brought out these lines of resistance and support just here, as you can see. And by the way, the yellow line here is the 50-day exponential moving average, and we clearly broke below that line, which was acting as support in the short term. And by the way, when we are below the line just there, as you can see, we actually find massive resistance when we come back and retest this line to the upside. And it's only after the price sees a huge break back above the 50-day exponential moving average, that's when things flip much more bullish. And right now we are far from doing that, because obviously we've only just broken below it. So we could be entering into a little bit more of a bearish time here on the market, but not to worry, because in the bearish times, that is where the biggest opportunities come around. So it's really important to stay active in these markets while we are looking more bearish, because I'm telling you now, the majority of people, when we were at around $4,000 per Ethereum, the majority of people were wishing that they bought during these bearish times here. And I was getting so many people asking me when the next buying opportunity would come around for Ethereum. And now that we are entering into another buying opportunity, not many people want to buy because of human emotion. Obviously, when markets are crashing to the downside, beginners out there begin to panic, and panic selling anything is one of the worst things you could possibly do, because when you're doing that, it's very likely that you're going to be selling at a loss. And it's only when the prices start entering into another deep discount, that is when the smart money starts buying back in again. Now checking out the price oscillators, as you can see here, we've got the RSI here on the 4-hour time frame, and Ethereum has just reached oversold areas in the RSI on this 4-hour time frame once again. And the last few times that we've actually reached into these oversold areas, we've actually had a decent bounce that is not too far away. Now keep in mind that we have examples like this during the middle of July, where we actually reached these oversold areas in the RSI. We saw a small bounce to the upside in the price, but then it was not too long until Ethereum saw a little bit more bearish price action that came next. And then obviously in that case, that actually formed a bullish divergence, which signaled a larger move to the upside. And so right now, once again, we're in these oversold areas. So we are due for a decent little bounce here, or at least some sort of sideways consolidation sometime soon. Obviously, be careful during these volatile times, but that's just usually what this RSI means when we hit oversold. We're usually due for some sort of bounce sometime soon, but more bearish price action could potentially come after that, because as you can see here in the MACD, in the momentum, we're still heading in the bearish direction. And zooming out on the daily time frame for Ethereum, in the RSI, first of all, taking a quick look at that, we're clearly in a downtrend. We've actually been in a downtrend in the daily RSI ever since around the beginning of August just here. And so far, this isn't really showing any signs of a turnaround, but what's good to see is the fact that we're actually closer now to the bottom of this RSI band than we are to the top. So what this means is we could just in the short term see some lower price targets come into play, because of course this RSI is still showing room to the downside. But with that being said, possibly within the next couple weeks, we're approaching a decent bottom sometime soon. So keep that in mind as well. Now staying on the 4-hour charts, but zooming all the way out here for Ethereum, as you can see, looking at the big picture and bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from these lows at around $310 all the way back in September 2020, all the way up to the all-time high at around $4,400. As you can see, with that giant crash that we saw during May and leading into June 2021, that actually corrected straight into the golden pocket. In fact, we saw pretty much 3 perfect bounces along the exact golden pocket during that entire time period just there. So with that in mind, when we're actually zooming in a little bit further into the Ethereum chart and bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from these lows at around $1,700 up to the recent high at just above $4,000, what we can see right now is obviously we've actually just seen a small bounce along the 50% level, actually just short of the 50% level. But the most important level to pay attention to here on the Fibonacci retracement tool is of course the golden pocket, which is the 61.8% Fibonacci level to the 65% level. And right now the golden pocket is between pretty much 2.6k to 2.5k. So from the current price of Ethereum at the time of this video, that is still another 15% correction to the downside potentially. And keep in mind, the last time we saw a crash like that in the price turned out to be an amazing buying opportunity, because you can all see what came next for Ethereum. In fact, measuring out that next Ethereum move after we reached that golden pocket bottom down at $1,700, the next move was a 135% move to the upside. So you would have more than doubled your money if you simply accumulated towards these lows down here. And by the way, it was during those lows just here, during around June and July in particular, that was when the majority of the market was in a panic, especially the new investors that jumped in towards the all-time high. Obviously, that was the first massive crash that they've actually experienced in crypto. But if you can just find a way to switch off those emotions, and anytime you might be feeling extremely fearful, you should be thinking in the back of your mind that that is actually a buying opportunity. And the same goes for the other way around. If you're ever feeling extremely euphoric or greedy in the markets after we've seen some incredibly bullish price action, you should be thinking in the back of your mind that perhaps it's time to take some profits off the table. And now zooming out on the daily time frame for Ethereum, and the fact that we've actually formed a macro lower high for Ethereum, and the same goes for Bitcoin as well. The fact that we formed a major lower high on the daily time frame, that is not a good sign, because of course these two lower highs, they're not, within a few weeks from each other. They're in fact around 4 months apart from each other. So once again, this is pretty significant, and usually we do not actually see this type of formation during a bull market. I'm not gonna lie, we do not see lower highs forming over a 4-month time period during a bull market. This is the type of price action that we see during a bear market. But obviously I'll keep you guys updated on the big picture here of how this actually plays out, because for example, if somehow the price can turn around pretty quickly, this could potentially lead into a giant cup and handle pattern. But with all of that in mind, considering the fact that we do have some more bearish signs than we have bullish signs on the chart, I'm still just lightly dollar cost averaging into Ethereum. That is right, I am currently dollar cost averaging into Ethereum, but I'm definitely not going very heavy into these current prices. I only ever buy in heavy into Ethereum or Bitcoin, for example, if we're in extreme fear after a massive pullback in the price. That is the time when I actually ramp up my dollar cost averaging and really go quite heavy into the market once again. But right now we haven't seen that just yet. We haven't seen a huge pullback, at least compared to the pullback during May and June. And so from my point of view, from my experience at least, going extremely heavy into Ethereum and Bitcoin at the current prices doesn't make too much sense considering the short-term trend shift here. So that's why I've chosen my current strategy, because with lightly dollar cost averaging into Ethereum, if somehow we can turn around to the upside here, then I have secured a small amount of Ethereum at these prices, but a large portion of my strategy is waiting for some lower price targets to come into play before I start going more heavy into Ethereum. And of course, I'll keep you guys updated on my Ethereum strategy on this channel, and also as real-time updates over on my Twitter, and you'll find a link to my Twitter in the description down below. And now just zooming into the 4-hour chart again for Ethereum and looking at some potential resistance levels back to the upside, bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from this high at around 3.6, nearly 3.7 thousand US dollars, down to the recent low at around 2.9k, as you can see just here. Firstly, I'll be looking at the 38.2% Fibonacci level coming in at around 3.2k as our first initial resistance level to the upside. And then of course we have the 50% retracement level coming in at around 3.3k. Anything above that, we have the golden pocket at around 3.4k. But out of those three, the two most significant are of course the golden pocket and the 38.2% Fibonacci level. So around 3.2k and about 3.4k. And also if you're mapping out a horizontal line at 3.2k just there, and now getting rid of that Fibonacci retracement tool, as you can see at that level, we've also found previous support for the Ethereum price. And anytime we break below important support, that naturally flips into major resistance. So especially if the price of Ethereum gets some sort of rejection from that range just there, then that is how you know that we are looking at some low price targets towards that golden pocket to the downside, as I just mentioned earlier. And just quickly updating you guys on Cardano. Once again, this is one of your most suggested altcoins in the comment section down below. So anytime that you guys are suggesting the same thing over and over, that's when I'll be sure to include that in a future video here on the channel. But anyway, there's not a whole lot to update today on Cardano. This is the Cardano to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. And of course, for those of you that have been subscribed and have been watching my videos for really the last week or so, I've been telling you guys about Cardano potentially forming a head and shoulders pattern. And by the way, I was talking about this potential head and shoulders pattern forming around 5 days ago, approximately, all the way back here. And obviously a head and shoulders pattern is technically a bearish pattern, but the price target only comes into play if we break the neckline just here. And of course, we broke that neckline and we immediately started heading to the downside as expected after breaking the neckline. And by the way, that neckline was previously coming in at around $2.35 approximately, is what I was saying over the last week or so. And getting into the technical price target for Cardano to the downside, as you can see here, the technical price target is coming in at roughly around $1.84. But so far, of course, we've found some support along $2, which is psychological support for Cardano. And a psychological support level basically just means that a lot of traders and investors out there are looking at $2 just because it's a round number. So the fact that $2 is a round number, there's usually a lot of orders in the order books that simply gravitate towards that level, which is once again why we have seen a bounce along $2. But zooming out on the daily time frame for Cardano, and what's very interesting about that technical price target out of that head and shoulders pattern down towards around $1.85 approximately. Once again, if you're bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from this low at around $1 up to the all-time high at around $3.16 approximately, as you can see here, we have the 61.8% Fibonacci level, the golden pocket, coming in at pretty much the exact price target of that head and shoulders pattern at just above $1.80. And now pulling out the price oscillators here for Cardano on the daily time frame, looking at the RSI first of all, we're clearly in a very strong downtrend in the daily RSI. And of course, the longer term subscribers on this channel would well and truly know that by now. I've actually been mentioning that quite a lot in pretty much all of my Cardano videos that I've posted on the channel over the last few weeks. And obviously having the bearish cross in the daily MACD flipping into bearish momentum right around where we were topping out in the price, that was a strong sell signal for Cardano. And once again, I let you guys know about that happening right as it was happening when we were at all-time highs. So of course, we're in a short-term downtrend here, but the good thing about this is we're actually getting closer towards some sort of bottom sometime soon, because as you can see here, usually when Cardano reaches these oversold areas or even just the bottom of this purple band in the RSI, that is usually when the price is actually bottoming out. And once again, we're not too far away from that on the daily time frame. And then of course, the MACD on the daily time frame, we're still in the bearish direction, but once again, perhaps within the next few weeks, we could see some sort of bullish cross sometime soon. But obviously in the shorter term, looking even over the next 1 to 2 weeks, I would expect, some more bearish price action. And by the way, bearish price action doesn't necessarily have to be a crash to the downside. It could just be some gentle bearish price action, or even just pretty much some sideways consolidation. But once again, I don't expect us to be bullish in the short term. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed in these markets, and I can be wrong, but we've just simply got a lot of bearish signs here in the market that are showing that we are due for a little bit more bearishness in the price, at least over the next couple of weeks or so, which once again, you should be hearing that and thinking opportunity to actually get in at some cheaper prices, because at those cheaper prices, you can buy more crypto for your dollars than right up here, for example. And obviously for projects like Ethereum and Cardano, for example, they are long-term holds of mine. In the long term, I am very bullish on Ethereum and Cardano, speaking about years from now. But keep in mind, when you're zooming in on the 4-hour charts again for Cardano, we've actually just reached oversold areas on the lower timeframes for Cardano. And the last time we did that back here around 2 weeks ago, as you can see, that was when we actually reached a local bottom before we started a little bit more of a sideways consolidation. So in the immediate short term, talking about perhaps over the next couple of days, that might be something that I would expect moving forward, perhaps a sideways consolidation. And then, as I said just earlier, maybe in a couple of weeks from now, we see a little bit more bearish price action in that slightly higher time frame. And then in the much longer term, talking about many months and years from now, I'm still bullish on Cardano. And of course, a lot of this bearish price action in the crypto markets recently is a result of the traditional markets looking bearish. This is the S&P 500 index, and the US stock market just opened, of course, and we actually had a huge dump to the downside over the weekend. And in fact, right now, the S&P 500 is indeed breaking below the 50-day exponential moving average, which previously has provided huge amounts of support for the S&P 500 for the US stock market. And so now that we are breaking well below the 50-day exponential moving average, that is clearly a bearish sign in the short term. And all of this is due to potentially what's happening over in China with the Evergrande situation. I sent out a quick update tweet about this actually happening, as you can see here. And obviously this channel is a crypto channel, but of course the traditional markets do have a strong influence on the crypto markets. So let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to make a video about the stock markets and about the Evergrande situation, because right now it's actually a big deal. Because for those of you that don't know, Evergrande is actually China's second biggest property developer, and they're potentially about to default on their debt, and they have around $300 billion worth of debt, which of course, if that happens, will severely crash the Asian markets and likely flow over to other countries as well. So once again, let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to actually make a video on that topic, because I'll definitely be open to doing that if you guys are wanting that. But anyway, that's just about everything I have to say for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got something valuable out of this video. And if you did, be sure to drop a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on to stay up to date at all times in these markets and stay in the loop. And of course, make sure you're sharing these videos around with your friends, because right now we are about to enter another amazing opportunity in the markets. So there's seriously never been a better time to share these videos around with your friends, get your friends involved in this amazing opportunity. And there's never been a better time to stay active in these markets, because once again, it's during the bearish times that we see the biggest opportunities, and you have to push the fear aside and actually realize the facts in front of us. But anyway, that's about everything I have to say for this video. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video.